Welcome, everybody.
And I was able to use the herb to cure cancer.
So
that's the end of my story.
We've started a new tradition here at the Lore Games. Andrew, we ask Andrew how his day went, and then we cut him off with a countdown clock. It brings a smile to my face. That's all I can say.
It makes me happy.
The best part of my week.
It's really fun. It really is fun. It's the simple things in life. It really is. We love you, Andrew. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday. It's the Lore Games. Woohoo! Woo! This is your insider look, behind the scenes, 30,000-foot view of the adult fantasy universe, where we, a bunch of nerds, including you in chat, a bunch of nerds too, get together and rack our brains and just basically say, what if? What if this happened? What if that happened? What if this person flew out the window? What if that person fought this person? And by doing that in a slightly structured way, we end up getting a really, really cool story. And this story is canon. It becomes lore. And out of it comes things like, an amazing comic book that actually is coming out on, it actually comes out Saturday. So if you guys don't know, really quick before we jump in, I'm going to share this with you. This is a kind of a mock-up of what the final, because we haven't minted yet. This is what the final comic is going to look like, courtesy of Flint. Look at that. Just freaking awesome. So the book is the origin story. It's the origin comic number 1 featuring D Void. It's 12 amazing pages of fantastic action. And it is, plotted out and basically written by the adult fantasy community and everybody here. And then it was drafted up by Zachary Arbella and drawn up by Avery Butterworth. Just phenomenal stuff. And Flint actually added, he's been working on a little bit of a refresh on the outside of the case. So I don't know if you can tell, but it has like a little more of a shine going on. And it's just so, okay. I'm a nerd and I'm just going to put it out there. This is true. I actually put this movie, like I had this version playing up against the older version, and I spun them sequentially, like in perfect time, for about 45 minutes. And I just stared at both of them. And I definitely like this version better.
Hooray! Todd seal of approval.
I really did. I just was staring at, I don't know. It's a problem. I have a problem. It's okay. But it's beautiful.
Good job, Flint. You're allowed to go to sleep tonight.
Thank you. Oh, thank goodness. Finally.
You're welcome.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we have like 2 days before the launch. So Saturday night, there's going to be a launch, everybody. It's going to be awesome. So we cannot wait. We cannot wait for you guys to check out what we have in store. In fact, we should start shilling the pre-mint page. Maybe we'll get Dusty to do that. Maybe mid show or something, or maybe towards the back. But regardless, if you don't know about it, hop into our Discord. You can get to the Discord via at Adult Fantasy NFT on Twitter or adultfantasy.io. Check it out. Hop into Discord. We will give you the directions and show you exactly how you can get your hot little hands on this book. It's gonna go fast. It's gonna be awesome. So, all right. And with that, let's see. I'm gonna turn this off and let's share the Lore Game screen. And we'll do our intros and we'll get busy. Let's see. What screen? This screen. This should be it. Look at that. All right, so we got it up, and let me do the intros. Wait, we're missing somebody. There he is. Hey, Flint.
Hello. My audio dropped.
Oh, no worries, but you sound better, I think. Nope, there. You still got the note crack. That's okay. We got this. So we'll start. So to my right, stage right, is the one, the only Dusty Sky. How you doing, man?
Good. I think I'm stage left, but yes, here I am.
Whatever. So stage left is audience left?
I think so, yes.
Okay. All right, Melissa would kill me.
Right and
because
left are
I'm
hard
supposed to know that.
concepts.
They are. I have to put my hands out in front of me and make them into the shape of an L to figure out which one is my left hand. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard concept.
This one. Well, awesome. So you had a good day? Good
Yeah,
week?
pretty good day. Yeah.
Nothing like launch week.
Nothing like launch week with a cat who will not leave you alone. Yes. Still dealing with this cat.
So this cat has all of a sudden decided to see you as someone to be affectionate towards, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of a pain. You know, things were better when she was over there and I was over here. And
So I know you're not going to know this movie, and I know Flint's not going to know this movie, but I imagine you and this cat being like the movie Enemy Mine.
Okay.
You know? Yes, I got Ramel and Andrew. They got it.
Oh man.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I totally understood that reference.
Yes, dude, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It probably doesn't hold up, but in my head, it's a great.
Oh, it does. It does.
It was a benchmark of the '80s.
Dennis Quaid.
Right along with
Louis Gossett Jr. Absolutely.
Mhm.
right along with the film The Last Starfighter.
Oh hell yeah, 100%, man. Yep. Fantastic. Well, welcome, Dusty. And there's another movie for you to add to your. I'll tell them that I'll watch it and never will list.
Exactly.
And in this corner, to my other stage, whatever it is, the one, the only Andrew Charper. What's up, man? How are you?
When you first said about cats and movies, I really didn't think that was where you were going. So I'm glad. I am glad you saved the day.
It's the relationship. It's about the relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I had surgery and stuff yesterday with the eyes, so I can't read my screen at all. So if you type something, I probably have no idea what you're typing. So
That's why you look all droopy-eyed. Are you okay? Everything good?
no, I'm fine. Just normal stuff. Had to have that needle stuck into my eyeball.
Oh.
It's horrible, the thought of it, but after a day or two, it helps.
Okay.
But I'm here.
Good. You're amazing. So Andrew is the purveyor of Misfit Corner comics and the YouTube channel Misfit Corner Scams. He is a phenomenal illustrator and author. You guys know he's a kind of average storyteller, but we let him on here anyway. He has got several independent graphic novels to his name. The most recent is Hero. He's working on Hero Volume 3. And he owns Misfit Corner Comics, the comic book retail store located in Jacksonville, Florida at the Beach Boulevard Flea Market. It's an awesome shop. It's my favorite store, and it's one of my favorite stores. It's almost like we grew up together and you have all of the books that I could ever want.
There's
like
a lot.
You have similar tastes.
I regrettably sell a lot of them, so I don't have as many as I used to have.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
that's part of the game, though. Welcome, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Over in this corner, we have Zachary Arbella. Zachary is a 13-time author, and he is also the person responsible for the wonderful script for the Origin Comic #1 featuring D Void, which goes on sale this Saturday evening. And he's also writing the adult fantasy novel, the very first novel, that is also directly from this show. So what's up, Zach? How are you?
I am good. I just had chicken. I just had chicken wings and I'm about to have a beer. So what more does a man need?
Chicken wings and beer is actually a pretty damn good Thursday night.
Except maybe for like a bathtub full of money and a closet full of gold.
Yeah,
and maybe a cold wallet full of Bitcoin.
There you go. A wallet full of Bitcoin, a closet full of gold. I like that. Well, welcome, Zach.
It's regarding the novel. Just I got some good news. I cracked 40,000 words a couple of days ago, so we're about halfway there. And slowly but surely, it's getting there.
That's awesome, man. That's like 35,000 more words than I've ever read in my life.
I'm not sure you should be mentioning that out aloud.
I'm kidding. I can't wait. I cannot wait to read it, man. I'm so excited.
Well, once I clean up all the typos, which are many and many.
No, man, you got to go through the shitty first draft to get to that second draft. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
For sure.
Well, short version, I'm styling.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
I'm
Well, welcome,
styling.
Welcome. And right below in the center square, we have storyteller extraordinaire, future filmmaker, Flaming Dragon, Ramel Davis. What's up, sir? How you doing, brother?
I am actually doing well. When you all went on the cat reference, I honestly thought you were going to refer to the movie Cat's Eye.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was what was that, broken in what, 3-4 parts?
Yes, that movie still that movie when it came out scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah, my favorite story was the one about the the guy on the ledge that had to circle the penthouse.
Yeah.
And I think the guy that that made up the whole wager, I think that's the same guy that played the Baron in the Dune movie. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it might be. I wouldn't have ever pieced that together. Damn, dude, you just remember that, or you like seen Cat's Eye recently?
I'm weird like that. I don't know where this stuff comes from. It just hits me in the middle of the night.
Hey man, that's dope. That's Cat's Eye.
I wake up at 2 a.m. and I'm like, hey, that's the guy from Cat's Eye.
Yeah, that's common knowledge. Oh man, yeah, that and a bag of chips will get you far. It's awesome. It's an awesome superpower. Welcome, Ramel. Glad to see you as always, brother. Right next to Ramel, we've got the one, the only Studio 7.62, Avery Butterworth, illustrator extraordinaire. You may know his work from Image Comics, Heavy Metal Magazine, White Wolf Publishing. He's also the illustrator from the Origin comic and the Ashcan. What's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
Awesome. Right on. And finally, no, I'm just kidding.
And
finally, last but certainly not least, the one, the only co-founder of It All Fantasy, Blend. What's going on, man?
Hey, just prepping for whatever we've got going on this weekend.
Dude,
Nothing
so much
major.
work. We just super small behind the scenes. Like we decided to add so we have part of the gaming of the sale is that the person or people who buy the most, the top 14 people, get one of one NFTs of Avery's original art, like the actual digital original art. And so we were like, well, we got to show this information. So how do you know like where you're ranking? And so we invented a leaderboard that'll be on the actual sales page too. So that's what I've been working on the design wise, like yesterday and today, and getting it out because it's due tomorrow. So
No big deal.
Yeah, no, it's fine. All right, let's lore game.
More games.
All right, Andrew, this is where you come in. Use your talents, use your skill, use your knowledge. What the hell are we doing here?
All right, so there's this little girl who's in her bedroom and she's having a hard time sleeping. And then there's a cat who's on the other side of the country who's making its way to her. And as he goes on these different adventures, he goes into this one house and this one apartment, and he has to see this guy walk around the outer edge. And then he goes to another one where this guy who's trying to quit smoking and jeopardizes his wife's life in order to do it. And the cat finally makes it to the girl, and he saves her from this hideous troll who's trying to kill her in her sleep. And the cat throws the troll into the fan, which you wouldn't think would be able to kill a troll, but okay, sure. And then we live happily ever after.
And that is the plot of Cat's Eye.
I was gonna say this is clearly some movie that I've never seen.
I think the girl is Drew Barrymore.
It was Drew
It is,
Barrymore.
yeah,
Yes, it was.
Yeah. That is the plot. That is Andrew. What Andrew has done is he's leaked the plot of the forthcoming next Star Wars movie.
I forgot. Spoilers.
Yeah. So what is the cult about, Andrew?
Well, it's a story of a detective. He's the heart of the story. His name's Nathan, and he's a really good cop. He's a good detective. He's doing good. He's doing his job, and he gets approached by an organization, and they want him to go undercover into a prison, not only to solve some big mystery, but also to solve the murder of his father, who was also a cop, who was also in jail. And he agrees to do it, and in doing so, he kind of gets bamboozled in the fact that he doesn't realize that he's being sent into a superhuman prison where all the people that are in prison there are superpowered supervillains, and he has to find a way to survive and also try to solve these problems and figure out what's going on. Well, on the outside, he starts to have doubts. He starts to have, he begins to second guess himself, and as a way of encouraging him to complete the mission that he's on, they completely and utterly destroy his life on the outside. They ruin his reputation. His wife leaves him. His mother is killed by mysterious circumstances. All these horrible things happen to him where his life is utterly destroyed while he's in prison. And he realizes not only does he have to escape, he has to solve the mystery. He has to figure out who killed his father, and he has to escape from the prison and remake himself as something completely new. And that is our story. It's kind of like Shawshank Redemption, in the fact that the guy goes in as a good guy, comes out as a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to that.
Very, very a changed person.
Also had some like 70s, chick on chick porn, and there you go. That's our story. I honestly can't wait.
I missed that part.
I honestly can't wait to see Zach write that up.
What was that?
Romel is offering to help, as because he's well versed in all the female prison movies from the 70s.
That's true.
Yes. And there is no lie in that. Roger Corman, I want to say maybe Roger Corman, but around that time there was a lot of I call them titsploitation films.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a documentary, incidentally, about it. If you ever get a chance to watch, which you probably won't, it's called Machete Maidens, and it was talking about the films that were made in the Philippines at that particular time. It was cheap, and that's where they made a lot of those girl-on-girl prison movies and all that other stuff. And later, Apocalypse Now was filmed there.
Oh,
so all that happened like prior to Apocalypse Now being filmed in the Philippines.
Was that stuff before? Was that? Are you talking about the kind of movies that were like the USA Up All Night kind of movies, or you know what I'm talking about, where it was like hot chicks doing, like hot chick Rambo movies kind of stuff, or was it a little more?
Brian Shear Up All Night on USA. Oh my god. I
didn't have cable back then, so I cannot confirm or deny that. Mm-hmm. But I just have streaming services with those dates, and
right on. Cool. Up All Night, classic stuff. Avery knows what I'm talking about. That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So back to the story here. We got what we've been doing is we went through a few rounds. We started with the game of Microscope, which is just putting stuff against the wall. We timed it up with the story circle, which is sort of 8 beats that push our character through a basic hero's journey. We started to refine it with an actual beat sheet, which is what you're seeing right here, kind of a more refined 8-beat story. So it's a little more refined, a little more in depth. And then we got to a point about, 60, 75% of the way through, we were like, you know what? We realized when this happened before. So next time we do this, we'll have to we should probably, before we go to the beat sheet, we should refine the characters. But we got to a point where we were like, you know what? Our character development got a little stuck. And we realized pretty quick that it was because we had some ideas of who the other characters were, but we hadn't actually created their story arc within our bigger story arc. So we started with a psychiatrist who actually is I wouldn't call her like our Thanos character. She's more she's almost like a Doctor Doom character, kind of, like an undercover, or I guess like a Red Skull. She's a bad guy, but she's going to be bigger than she seems. In this story, she doesn't seem like the bad guy. She's Kaiser Soze type, right? Like he kind of had like a supervillain vibe by the end of the movie. No spoilers, but she kind of plays that. And then so we went through her arc for the most part, and then we started to do the Warden, and I think we still have a little bit. I think we kind of came to a decent part on the Warden. They're both the psychiatrist and the Warden. We still have a couple of holes, but I think those will be filled in when we actually start back on the clock and kind of move into the third or the second part of the second act. But do we want to continue on with the Warden development, or do we want to jump? I'm kind of excited because the next person I put up there was our Captain America type character, or AKA Richard Baggs. What do you guys want? You want to do Richard Baggs?
I forgot about that joke.
You have hence been reminded, good sir. Jokes become canon in this universe. Okay. Do you guys want to do, or we can do another character? Is there? Do you want to do the Captain America type character, or do you want to go with a different character?
I vote the not so Captain America.
What's that?
Richard Baggs.
All right.
My vote is to hop on Richard Baggs.
You heard it here. Ramil wants to hop on Dick.
I set myself up for that one.
You did. I thought you were making a joke, so I didn't say it. Okay, you need go search, find, take, return, changed. All right. So our Captain American character, Richard Baggs. So we don't have to come up with a superhero name just yet. I have a few that I've had in my head for, I don't know, about a year now.
Oh, I wish we could just steal Super Patriot.
I know. Super Patriot would be great. If you want to go there, so the very first character name that I came up with for adult fantasy, but I was talked out of it a little bit. I was like, well, we'll put this on the back burner. Was the Ultranationalist. There's a real.
When does this take place? This is 70s. Fortunate Son.
Oh, Fortunate Son.
Ooh.
I like Fortunate Son is good, dude.
That's it.
Damn.
That's it. All right, that hit it right on the head.
Yeah. Fortunate Son is pretty dope. The other one I had was Good Citizen, but we could do that later. Yeah. Awesome.
For some reason, the song is playing in my head right now.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Avery with the win, dude. Coming up with a character name is not easy. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, you're...
So Fortunate Son. He
I'm already getting an idea for what he looks like.
Yeah, I have a picture in my head. I'm sure we all do. Definitely Captain America looking type.
Yeah, but wearing a flat jacket.
Sure.
A Vietnam era flat jacket.
Totally. He's not necessarily a good guy. I don't want to say that he's in my head. I don't want to say that he's oh crap, from The Boys.
Homelander.
I don't want to say he's Homelander, but you know, he's not that hardcore, but he's kind of he's still a dick. He's a little more like an A-Train type, or you know what I mean? Like he's full of himself.
Train wasn't a complete dick.
Yeah,
a little more like U.S. Agent.
Yeah, exactly. He's very U.S. agent for sure.
But this is the 70s, so nothing says I'm a complete dick like a porn stash.
What about the comedian?
Yeah, totally. The comedian.
No, but the comedian was a rapist.
Yeah, but his public persona, he wouldn't be. He's not a
comedian.
rapist.
Was a rapist, and on top of that, a straight sadist.
That's true. I don't think this guy is a sadist. More of just sort of a selfish prick. But his whole thing is that, you know, who is this guy? I always like the idea that these characters, like, he's not who he seems to be. I mean, he certainly has powers, and this is the 70s. So a more modern character could always take the mantra or something. But who is this guy? I feel like maybe he like dodged the draft or something. You know what I mean?
I was thinking the same thing.
Stolen valor.
Yeah.
Maybe
his backstory's all fake.
Maybe the Homelander reference is not what he is now, but what he's in the future. Maybe this is early in his career. Maybe he's not publicly known. Maybe when he swoops in at the beginning of the story and takes credit for the capture that Nathan does, this is his first public outcoming, or this is his coming out party, you know? So maybe he's not known. Maybe he's not like a Captain America where everybody knows who he is. He's somebody who just showed up on the scene and everybody's like, ooh, intrigued by him. And maybe we're learning about him at the same time. Turns out he's really an asshole, you know?
See, I kind of almost feel the opposite. I think, like, well, what if he is the Captain America type where he's beloved, like his public persona is Captain America. He's like, yes, you know, we love you and everything like that. And of course, behind the scenes, he's a dick. And you get to know the behind the scenes person. And that way,
like Power and Glory.
Yeah. Because that way, when he's in the prison, like the prisoners are like, like, you know, it's like sheer terror. Like it would be like, it was straight up. It would be like if you were like went to a UFC fight and you were gonna like debut in the UFC, and standing across from you was the Incredible Hulk. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, I'm screwed. Like this isn't gonna be good for me. So I kind of like the idea where it's, you know, Batman beating the shit, like someone at that level is just like going at him, you know, like they're just using it as their danger room. You know, so but he's we don't have to go too detailed into his background yet. I mean, publicly, we should know it for our storylines, but yeah, I like the idea that he's you know, he doesn't necessarily, he takes credit for things, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he isn't Captain America. Like he takes credit for saving the world. Like, sure, he's been deployed and all this kind of stuff, but you know, so the character, I'll put it like this. So the character that I had, in my head, that was called the Ultranationalist, like he, I liked the idea that he was a figurehead for the country, and the way to be a figurehead for the country, like these people are still human, they can get shot and they can die, but the way this guy created the way the government created this mythology around him was that they basically would dress up other soldiers as him, and so he was basically an actor, right? And he was just there for TV appearances and showing up, and maybe one day he'll run for Congress or something like that. And then they would just take him offline, and the next thing you know, the news would show him like in battle in Sarajevo or something, right? And then fighting, and then when the camera would cut, if that soldier who was dressed up like this superhero got shot or killed, they would just dress up somebody else like the same character and send them out. So it always looked like this hero was saving the day, right? When in reality, it was like hundreds or thousands of dead soldiers just wearing the costume as they went as they basically led the battle, and and then fell the minute the camera was cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's necessarily this character.
No, it works.
You think that would be this guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Then why would he cause any type of threat to anybody then, if that's not really him doing the
Right.
stuff?
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't know if it's the same character, or I mean, he could have powers, but he does
Yeah. Well, let's take the idea of what they did in Captain America. They just used him as a figurehead, even though he had superpowers, and they didn't put him at risk until he kind of forced the situation.
It also could be the character that I'm talking about that doesn't exist yet could also be the V2 of this character, because this guy is basically I assume he's gonna die at the hands of Nathan, probably. Right?
Maybe, or it could be the same guy. You could have him back as a cyborg version.
Sure. Okay, so this guy he takes credit for saving the world.
Cyborgs in the 70s, did they?
No, but when he comes back.
Okay.
Well, $6 million man.
Yeah, $6 million man. Plus, he could have been gimped out for years in a research lab because they spent a lot of money making this guy superpowered. So they keep what's left of him around for later.
I totally forgot about the $6 million man.
Or maybe they cloned him, and they send the clones after Nathan.
That's cool. Oh yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. His need, I think, is maybe the hard thing is like Homelander is such a good character like this, because I would think it's like to be loved, to be cherished. He wants to be.
He wants validation because all of his supposed successes are fake. He didn't do any of that shit.
What if every time he goes out and dies, they just start another clone, and maybe he's like the 28th clone or something?
Now we're getting very Rick and Morty.
Well,
or like Multiple Man.
Oh, Multiple Man.
Oh yeah. There you go.
He duplicates himself.
Or they duplicate him for him.
Oh yeah.
Or if he duplicates himself, he sends the clones out to do the fighting or whatever, but he doesn't want to put the prime clone at risk.
What if he was the main clone the main guy that was making the clones is actually like kind of overweight and is just like sitting in some shitty apartment watching like soaps all day?
Actually, I have an idea. Actually.
Yeah.
How about have any of you guys ever played that game Paranoia?
A little bit. I never got through the game, but yeah.
So maybe he's a clone, but what he doesn't. But he's actually not primary clone. So it would be like that movie Never Let Me Go. So let's say, for example, he's actually the clone of the original dickbag.
Yes.
But the thing is, that guy, he's like I hate to do this because I know the movie sucked, but he's like Palpatine in the Star Wars sequels. This guy doesn't actually die, but what he does is that he when the time is right, he transfers his mind into another body. However, that body has to be like ultra strong. So basically, he the whole point of sending Richard Baggs into the prison is to basically toughen him up and make him worthy of the body of the original clone, of the original Richard Baggs, who let's say is actually like a mega supervillain, but who's not been seen in years because his body's basically falling apart. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know it's a little convoluted, but
No. I'm thinking of how to like how to translate this. So needs to practice. Live up to past clones' greatness. Like each clone has like a little bit of a jealousy towards the clone before it, more or less, or like the originals.
yeah, something like that.
What's up, KG? KG says late, but finally made it. Start over, please.
All right, so there was this cat on the West Coast.
Oh no!
Who was trying to make it over to the East Coast.
No,
just kidding.
He actually started over. That was pretty funny. So he needs to be loved. Child needs practice. So basically, what he's doing, at least in this situation, his goes to the prison, right? He uses it as a danger room. Practice. And he's why would he be practicing? Is it just for practice, or is there a deeper purpose? What if he has a crush on the psychiatrist?
That would work. But we can say he has a crush on a psychiatrist, but he's such like basically like a macho stereotype that he really doesn't know how to talk to her, except as like, hey baby, you wanna, like, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's Johnny Bravo.
I have a really sick dark twist to throw at him. Back in the 70s, they really didn't have cloning down. Like, they didn't clone people in test tubes.
I think I know where you're going with this.
All right. So they actually have like a harem of like 50 or 60 like Vietnamese girls, and they're all pregnant all at the same time. And it's all with the same guy. They're all going to be born and raised by the government to become these super soldiers, and it's all the same guy.
That's crazy.
Now, we could say it was crazy artificial insemination and, whatever, but maybe he's one of these, and they decided to mass produce the guy. They were able to reproduce him multiple times, but it takes a long time to do that. They decided to mass produce. Like at the end of the story, maybe there's like the scene where the police, where the military is talking, and they're like, "We lost our best soldier." He says, "That's all right. We've got more in the hopper." And you just see this like long row of beds and all these different young women, and they're all pregnant.
That's crazy.
Sick and demented, but
super dark. Yeah. And then yeah, like it would be like who. What also leads you down the road of like, well, who is the original?
Yeah, well, what would be actually really cool is if Nathan kills him in this story, and then in the third book, the third story, you've got hundreds of these guys, of the same guy, going up against Nathan and whatever he's got going on.
Like a Matrix agent thing?
Yeah, exactly. Very similar to that, but they were all, birthed and grown.
That's weird, but I
have no idea why my mind went there.
I do. Welcome home, Andrew.
I've always wanted to have a harem. Always.
Join the club.
I asked my wife. She said no. So I said, oh, well.
Yeah.
There goes another career opportunity.
Strike that one off the list, is it?
Now, I asked her one time. I said, listen, if I became a serial killer and I was caught by the police, would you stand behind me in court and support me? And she said no. And I said, well, there went that career opportunity.
You could always start with her.
Avery.
What? I'm just saying.
Are you saying?
If you want it bad enough.
Are you saying that the only woman in this entire world that could love this face would be the first person? No.
No, it's the first person that'd want to be a victim, though.
Y'all are mean.
I'm kidding.
That's awesome. Wow. All right. So, Dick Bags, aka Fortunate Son, is going to the prison to practice. He may also be going because he has a crush on the psychiatrist. And kind of comes off as like a weird John. No, Andrew doesn't like it.
I don't see that as a reason for him to go, but I could see it as something he does when he's there. He hits on her and all, and he's interested in her, but that's not the reason he goes.
It needs to be gross and creepy when he does it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I see this dude like a cross between Captain America and 1980s Forge. You know?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, throwing a little Andrew Dice Clay in there as well, you know?
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's like really sleazy.
Yeah. The Dice Man.
Captain America and Andrew Dice Clay. That's a great character right there.
Yeah.
Actually, I think would exist in today's society.
Actually, I think I just described the comedian again for some reason.
Well, because the comedian's not funny. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Well.
And Andrew Dice Clay is hilarious.
Neither was Andrew Dice Clay. No.
Dude,
KG says, Dice Man.
Dude, that dude's hysterical.
What if he had that, like, what if he has the walk, the talk, the hair, the glasses, just like Andrew Dice Clay. But he's a superpowered superhuman.
You know, not to knock the Dice Man, but he did play Lady Gaga's father in A Star Is Born.
Did he?
Did he really?
Yeah, he's actually got a pretty good singing voice. He really leaned into the Italian part of him in that movie.
God, I own that movie, and I don't remember that.
I know. I know that Dusty and Flint are quiet.
I have just Googled this.
Do you know who Andrew Dice Clay is?
I have just Googled him.
Definitely not.
I know the name. Yeah.
Little Miss
now
set on her tuffet. Said,
just
what's in the bowl, bitch?
Just imagine that leather jacket, red, white, and blue with stars and everything. You know.
Yeah, and he's got to have kind of a very 1970s headband.
Oh wait, where's this?
Gotta have a porn stash.
And a porn.
You gotta put a porn stash on it.
You gotta have a porn stash.
Isn't he like an 80s icon? I don't think he was 70s.
No, he was 80s.
He was.
But this type of guy was around in the 70s. He
was a blend. He was a blend of like a 50s greaser.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Check this one out.
Oh my god, dude! He looks like a Bisley painting.
Right.
Yep. But just imagine the jacket was, instead of black leather, it'd be red, white, and blue leather.
Yeah, and it says "Fortunate Son" on the back.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's got the porn stash,
And
he's super powered, but he also carries an M16 A1.
Did they have M16A1?
Yeah, back then you can own fully automatic weapons.
Okay.
We started using the M16 in Vietnam.
Okay.
He used to smoke cigarettes like this.
Oh yeah, chain smoked.
Yeah.
He can also be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to be an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic. He's a womanizer. He's crude.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. Dusty, did you say something?
No. No, I don't think I did.
If he did, it wasn't that important, so don't worry about it. Keep going.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's a great picture. I kind of want to redraw this as him. Like, I could totally see it.
That would make for a great image.
Yeah, glasses and all, man. Like that's a cover waiting to happen. Yeah, that's freaking dope. All right, cool. So there he is. We got Fortunate Son. I think we got the visual. That's pretty cool. KG's like, oh.
I thought that was more like, ooh.
KG said, sorry, Dusty, you are probably blushing.
Ooh.
So I have to ask, what about his power?
Yeah, good point. So I just imagine him again like Captain America. Like, what if? Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I like the idea that he's kind of like multiple man, right? But if I was a government, if I was the U.S. government in the 70s, and I had the power to do like a super serum, right? Which was, I know it was even a little earlier than the 70s, but still. Like, you know, Captain America, they just took a regular person and made him super, right? They just took regular scrawny Steve Rogers and injected him, and it turned into Captain America. Mm-hmm. Well, it's been 20 years since that experiment, and it's the middle of the 70s. Way more drugs, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, and they're like, well, why the hell would we inject this into a regular person? Why not inject it into someone that already has powers?
Oh, so basically it's like giving multiple man the super soldier serum.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, but then you don't need my harem then, you know?
No, but that's how he I mean, that's you can no. No.
Him getting a woman pregnant clones him perfectly.
Well, Andrew, I think it works perfect. I think it works perfect because the original. I mean, if you really want to make it dark and kind of creepy, like the original person who got the serum and can clone just cloned himself 50 times, impregnated 50 women, and now has 50 clones. Like children clones, you know what I mean? Like an army of weird clone things.
What if the military figured that his ability to clone himself, maybe it's excruciating, maybe it takes too much time, maybe they know it's not going to last, maybe they know that one of these days the original is going to be killed and there's going to be no more clones, so they have this backup plan to clone him the natural way.
What if? Okay, this is dark, but they were there anyway. What if they actually because of that they're like, well, what happens when this guy dies or the original gets injured or whatever? So what if the original is actually like locked up in permanent restraints and his entire job is basically just to be a stud?
Well, there's stories.
That's dark.
Like
That's
that,
creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Barry Kitson did the art of a book called Empire,
mm-hmm.
which the villains defeated the heroes, but they took the one main hero and they told everybody he was dead, and he was actually locked up in a cell, and they drained his blood in order to give everybody a high. Everybody got a high off of his blood.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
What if they try to clone him? Like they want to make clones of him and something goes wrong and it's actually the rays that comes out. Like the rays is his clones.
Oh, what if the government's clones of him all turn out to be like Bizarros, where they're all screwed up in the head?
Well, that's what he's saying. Hold on. Let me because just in case those haven't seen it.
Well, actually, sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it.
Here's an idea. How about you know how in Marvel, back when it was good, they had Wolverine, Logan, and then they had Sabretooth, who was basically Weapon X, but on Weapon X on an extra meth and steroids. So what if there is another clone of him, and he's the Sabretooth to that guy's Wolverine? Just putting it out.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me show you what the raise looks like. Load. Oh, this is going to load the NFT. That's not what I want. The. Oh, no, this will be the. It's taking forever to load. I don't know what's wrong. Darn it. Because I have like my font really big, so you can see it on the screen. And for Notion, when you raise the font, it actually does that across like all of them.
I got another idea for in the future for however long if this program that they are holding becomes keeps going for years. Make Subdued one of the defective clones.
Oh yeah, that could work too.
Yeah.
I really like the raise. I know you're trying to get the photo up. I think.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
I think it'll click for people.
Yeah, it's not loading, so I don't know why.
Are you able to get the cover from the description?
Huh?
Are you able to get the image from the description, maybe?
From the description?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask this question, y'all. For the history buffs. When did the U.S. Drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Oh, I don't know.
August.
I want to say like the 40s.
August 1945. I know this because my mother was born like 3 days afterwards in the hills north of Nagano. My mother's Japanese.
1945.
That's what I said.
That's too big a gap.
Not necessarily. You could say that he just ages slowly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
So that's Richard Baggs, or the race.
That's the race.
Due to the fallout of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because Nagasaki, they had some like really screwed up children because of the radiation and all that other shit. So I want to say that he's possibly a result of radiation, but not deformed. He did develop powers, or his mother was sick with radiation poisoning, was pregnant. She gave birth to him years later, which we could put in like maybe the she was pregnant when she would give birth to him in a year, which would be 46.
Wouldn't that make him Japanese then? I mean, is he Japanese?
Say again?
Wouldn't that make him Japanese?
While Romel's thinking, Willie D says, what? How could you not know the Dice Man? Ford Fairlane is a movie night. Yeah, dude. You gotta add. All right, Dusty, can you add Ford Fairlane to movie night ideas? Just jot it down somewhere.
Will do.
And KG says it was August 9th, 1945. Was the yeah, I could totally see the Rays being sort of like a the bag of misfit toy clone offspring of this guy.
I think that's funny as hell.
That's pretty hilarious. Let's see.
Around that, I was watching some movie. It was about these pilots that dropped. They were responsible for dropping the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but their plane downed right in the radiation field, and I think they escaped or whatever. And they could have like radiation sickness, come back to the States, impregnate a chick or whatever, and that could be the Nathan character. That's just a bit of a stretch.
Oh, interesting. Say that one more time.
One of the pilots, and during the Hiroshima and Nagasaki that was responsible for dropping the bomb. The plane goes down, and they're behind enemy lines within the radiation fallout. But eventually, like they escape, make their way back to the States, have children, and one of them is Nathan. And perhaps, due to the radiation poison that's in the system, he develops powers. That's just a stretch for me.
Okay, I can see that. That's interesting.
Yeah, but Nathan doesn't have powers.
Well, Nathan gets his powers from Cobalt.
Right.
I mean, not my bad. Richard Baggs. I'm sorry.
Richard Baggs.
Fortunate Son.
Awesome. All right, so I love we got kind of this Andrew Dice Raw. I wrote down that possibly they become the Rays, which is pretty funny. That's really weird, but it kind of makes sense. He goes to the prison, uses that danger room to practice, has a crush on the psychiatrist, hits on her when he's there, Machismo, Johnny Bravo, and of course the Andrew Dice Clay, Captain America, makes a lot of sense. What is he actually looking for? Now, it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It doesn't have to be like a MacGuffin or anything. But he should be searching for something. We talked about a need, like his internal need versus an external need. Like, for him, it could be a little bit of a combo of both. Like being loved, being cherished, and validation could kind of be an internal, external thing. But what is he? How would he? What's his search like?
This is kind of messed up, but we're talking about this guy participating in the fights, right?
Yeah.
So maybe when he's quote unquote fighting crime in public, he can't be violent or a killer, and so he goes to these fights to be himself, which is kind of being a messed up individual,
like that.
He has that Batman rule in public,
Yeah, like how about, but it's his government bosses, right? Like it's not really him. His government bosses have pushed the Batman rule.
Yeah.
Can't kill.
He has to act like he cares about that in public.
Well, he loses his immunity, whatever.
Ramel,
Yeah.
your mic is low. What was that? Immunity?
Well, I mean, if he kills during the course of duties that's unjustified, he'll lose his immunity. He's subject to, say, governing laws. Basically, he has a license to kill under certain extreme conditions. But if those conditions are not present, then he cannot kill.
Right.
Because he's protected. Like, look, whatever you do is like he's protected from persecution.
Kind of like U.S. agent, right? Like U.S. agent. That's kind of what U.S. agent's cycle was. Like he was to be the Captain America replacement, and then he kind of loses it and kills that guy in public. And what was that? Not Winter Soldier. What was the show? It was
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right. Brokeback. We call it in our house. We call it Brokeback Falcon.
Wow.
It's the story of two men who fall in love and decide to rebuild a shrimp boat together.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Okay, Todd, that's.
Am I wrong?
I'm gonna have to drink extra hard tonight to get that out of my head.
Am I wrong?
It's literally what it is. That show was
literally the
freaking terrible.
story. They go on an adventure to find each other and to fall in love with each other, and then they end up like helping to build the family boat together.
Yeah.
So, if he wanted to push this with a goofier tone, it could be instead of immunity, he has like $200,000 in parking tickets or something. You know, it was kind of a come work for us, and you won't have to pay your parking tickets.
200,000 in parking tickets. I like how Flint's trying to bring back the comedy.
You know,
we've got like 50 Vietnamese women strapped to gurneys being impregnated.
You know, that adult fantasy tone.
Now hold on a second. That's not the idea. They weren't strapped down.
Oh, they weren't strapped down, Andrew. Great.
No.
Oh, KG is just saying OMG. KG came in late. He missed that part.
This was not Todd's idea.
It was Andrew's idea.
We're gonna blame Andrew for this one.
Andrew's trying to live vicariously through this story.
He really is. And they all work in a comic shop.
They all love comics. That's right.
They all love comics. That's right. So he's looking for a place to let loose and be himself. The prison suits him. His government bosses have pushed the Batman rule. He can't kill and has to act like he cares about the stuff in public. If he kills, he loses his immunity. Maybe that some, maybe also like he's got $200,000 in parking tickets he doesn't really want to pay back. Oh man. So
I'll tell you a really funny story. There's this episode of the Venture Brothers. I don't know if you have ever seen it, where you have they find the $6 million man.
Yep.
And what happened was he ran away, and he ran away because he got tired of working for the government, but he owed them $6 million.
Right.
So they owned him until he paid that $6 million loan back.
Yeah. Yeah, Venture Brothers is so good, man. Venture Brothers is...
That shit was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, do you know how long it takes to pay $6 million on a government salary?
Oh, yeah, Venture Brothers. Well, maybe that's part of it too, right? Like maybe he has to be, well, the other reason why he has to do all this stuff in public is because, like, you know, it's the way he avoids having to go into an actual war or something.
That too. Be under government contract.
Yep. Although he's strong, so I don't know, like, I mean, just because he's strong doesn't mean he doesn't have a fear of death, right? Like beating up some bad guys in an alley is not the same as like taking on, you know, Viet Cong and 1970s Vietnam War, you know what I mean? Maybe that's it. Maybe
72.
Yeah, I think 72, 73. Like maybe that's also some of it, like, or 69. Like maybe that's some of it too. Like he, you know, his friends, his super team, like the super team he was a part of got sent over and he decided not to. And they came back with like limbs missing and, you know, the kind of the Jacob's Ladder horror stories. You know what I mean?
Good ass movie.
Yeah, hell yeah. Scary fucking movie.
Maybe he's simply a coward.
Yeah.
He may be super strong and whatnot, but he's really a coward at heart.
Self-centered.
Self-centered, yeah. Clint and Dusty, have you guys seen Jacob's Ladder?
This is a movie that I've heard of.
Say that, Flint. What?
This is a movie I've heard of.
Oy vey.
I am aware of this movie.
Jacob's Ladder is freaking terrifying. I think it's one of the scariest movies ever made. Dusty, you're very
Well,
quiet.
I'm surprised you're still asking me because we all know the answer is no. But I'll put it on my list. I'll get to it sometime.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hear the pencil scribbling away as we speak.
Yeah, Jacob's Ladder is kind of hard to follow, but you have to kind of stay with it till the very end because I guarantee you one thing: you do not see the end coming.
Uh-uh.
No. Anybody that says they saw the end coming is a damn lie.
Yeah.
You did not see that end coming.
Tim
And then
Robbins.
it's like when you watch, you're like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah.
But then you kind of rewind in your mind everything that happened. Like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. No
That type of
spoilers,
movie.
but yeah, it's one of those. There's been a lot of books written on it because of what you think is happening is not what's actually happening, and then when you realize what's happening, it's just crazy. Yeah, KG says that was that Tim Robbins' first movie?
I believe so. One of his first.
Yeah.
Actually, Ving Rhames was in that movie too.
That's right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was in it too. Yeah. So, all right. So we've got contract allows him to avoid combat super strong. So he's searching for that place. I guess he finds it in the killing of the prisoners. Is there anything else that he finds?
Or maiming or hurting them, or just doesn't have to kill them. Just
Maiming.
Yeah.
He fights him for recreation.
Is there anything else that he finds at the about himself, maybe at the prison? He doesn't have to be. We could humanize him. It might be fun to actually humanize him a little bit before Nathan kills him.
Hey, let me ask this question.
Ramel, get close to that mic. It's fading out.
I'm sorry. It's my phone because you all are real low and somehow we're low. Anybody know what cystic fibrosis is? Look it up.
Sure.
What is it?
Well, I can't define it. I know what it is, but I don't know what causes it or. It's a degenerative disease. I don't know. It basically isn't it when the bones kind of dissolve, right? I could be wrong. Why?
No, I'm saying because if he has his power, it can. I want to tie it into he has it's like he has a power, but he also has a side effect. Like it works against itself unless he's embroiled in combat or something like that. Like he has strength, but due to his cystic fibrosis, it's like he has to maintain a constant his body cannot sustain itself due to the disease unless one of the ways he's able to sustain himself is through combat or fighting or some shit like that.
I was completely wrong, but I know it's a thing, but it's a rare genetic disorder that affects mostly the lungs, but also the pancreas, livers, kidneys, and intestine. Long-term issues include difficulty breathing and coughing up mucus as a result of frequent lung infections.
I had to toil that a little bit more.
What's that?
I had to toil that a little bit more.
Yeah. I like that though. Maybe doing it helps him deal with it or something maybe.
Yeah, maybe we do made up disease. Like maybe his muscles grow at an accelerated rate, but they also deteriorate at an accelerated rate. He's not using them. And so he has to be constantly fighting in order to not waste away.
Like the buildup of what's that shit that causes entropy?
I don't know. Well,
I see a scene where he goes in and he takes on like 10 guys and he beats the crap out of all of them. And then afterwards, he's all pumped up and he's like ready to explode. And that's when he sees the psychiatrist, who's the only woman in the entire prison. And he starts hitting on her like he's really aggressive. And she like turns him down. Maybe she uses her power, and turns him down. And then he kind of falls back and he says to his handlers, "Take me to my harem." And you're like, what the hell is he talking about? And then at the end of the story, you actually see what his harem looks like with all the women. And
I like how you're still on the
I love the harem. But it's a, you know, if his muscles grow that quickly, like maybe that's his powers. The longer he keeps fighting, the more like the stronger he gets in the fight.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
You know.
Oh yeah, but he also atrophies after.
Yeah. So he has to just keep fighting for freaking ever.
That's a cool downside. It's like, yeah, you keep getting stronger and stronger, but the longer you go without that exertion and conflict,
that's what I'm thinking.
or you start wasting away. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he always has to be fighting or working out.
In order to live, he has that superpower, but in order to maintain it, he has to maintain his physical condition either through working out, but better through combat. Because when you fight, there's a release of certain chemicals, like one is adrenaline.
Yeah, massive adrenaline dump.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, working out with weights is like eating a cracker when you're starving.
Yeah.
You know, even if he works out really, really hard, it's not the same.
I like that. That's a good analogy.
So does the entry come before or after?
The what come?
The entropy.
Atrophy or
I'm sorry.
Atrophy would probably come
just when he's idle, I guess.
Yeah. Like the minute he stops, he starts to atrophy, but you wouldn't see it because he's all muscly. But if it was like a week or two or a month without him fighting, then he's, you know, he might look like pre-super serum Steve Rogers, you know what I mean?
So basically almost like a vampire.
Yeah.
Or an orc from Warhammer 40K.
What was that, Zach?
No, just that you've heard of Warhammer 40K, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, in that particular game, the space orcs are like that. Basically, they get strong through the stress of combat.
Got it. Yep.
So yeah, so maybe what we could say is that you know, the way they did it, maybe we could, you know, steal this, or, you know, borrow, you know, is we could say that what happens is that the stress of violence, you know, that his body feeds off the stress that comes from violence. You know, it stimulates his muscle growth, growth in bone, growth in height. Doesn't make him any more intelligent, but, you know, it doesn't make him, you know, boost his testosterone. You know, maybe we can say that he actually has like a super form of testosterone in his body that can only be produced by him engaging in violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
for sure. What's up, Dr. Funk? How you doing? He says, "Yo, what's up, ladies and germs? How you doing? You're showing up just in time. Andrew started us off right by introducing. We came up with a character that's basically a multiple man, a person who can multiply himself, who the government then decided to inject with a super serum, basically like Captain America that can clone himself. And then Andrew had a brilliant idea of turning it into a harem, where, you know, it's basically to clone himself. You'd have 50 Vietnamese women strapped down, or not strapped down, but 50 Vietnamese women that would all be impregnated at the same time, right?
You're putting ideas in. You're putting words in my mouth, man. I don't know where any of that just came from. Todd just making shit up.
Rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. Replay. So I like this. He finds finds peace in the recreational maiming of prison, or finds like relaxation, really. Because then he's like Dr. Funk like that. All credit goes to Andrew. You can send all complaints his way. Misfit Corner Scams YouTube channel. Leave a comment.
His email address is home address
611 East Adams Street.
Yep.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the address I use for the Medicare scammers. It's the address for the Scholzbacher Center downtown.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 500 East Bay Street.
What's
that?
500 East Bay Street?
Is that Greyhound?
No, that's the jailhouse.
Oh.
Ah. I may have to start using that one.
Oh, hell yeah. Dr. Funk says, by the way, the character on your origin cover, those beefy arms, skull crushing, and giant gun give me some martial law vibes. Loving it. Hell yeah, dude. Martial law is the shit. Hell yeah. Absolutely. We'll show the cover again. We did we showed the Flint's new mock-up of what it's going to look like in the case. So we'll show that again before we head out. But yeah, martial law, man, we should do a martial law comic review. That stuff is awesome. So good. That's a character that's prime 80s. In my opinion. Cool. So Richard Baggs, aka Fortunate Son, the character who's going to be our Captain America, that's going to be the big kind of like the enforcer guy that Cobalt Fox and team are going to have to beat. Definitely a big threat, is using the prison as his own personal fight club, his own personal danger room, basically. Like, why use robots? Why use robots when you can use people? Dr. Funk, Dick Baggs, I don't get it. No, had nothing to do with that. No, not at all. Nope, not here. And so he finds relaxation in the recreational maiming of the prisoners. I love the fact that he actually gets stronger. The more he fights, the stronger he gets. When he stops without conflict, he wastes away, maybe he atrophies. He must always fight or work out to live. Must maintain via combat. Working out with weights is like eating a cracker when you're starving. It's pretty cool. So, do we want to do like a King Kong thing? Like, part of the find and the take is like him finding the psychiatrist and trying to kidnap her or take her or something. Do we want to do anything like that? Does that trigger anything? Like, maybe that means Nate has to run in and be the hero. Like, do we want to do like that kind of damsel in distress thing?
I don't know.
Triggers
Me with misogyny.
Maybe that's where we reveal to the audience, to the readers, that she has a power when she's able to talk him out of it, dissuade him.
I feel like, for this character, hitting on people is like breathing.
Yeah,
I feel like he doesn't actually care about the psychologist.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I feel like it's just a casual. I don't think he would be motivated.
Right.
To do something like that.
Yeah, he hits on anything in a skirt.
Right.
Maybe he
could hit on the warden too. Like, I don't think he would care.
Maybe he hits on her when he first gets to the prison and he's going through his routine, but after he gets all pumped up, he's like, "Oh, I must have her. I'm going to take her." And he goes at her and she like shuts him down with like a word. She like very calmly says, "No." And he like, "Oh, I must have done something bad. Must go home." Type of thing.
Make it sound like Solomon Grundy.
Oh, maybe that's what he gets like. Maybe that's what he gets like when he gets all roided out.
Horny on a Tuesday.
Harem on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Whole Solomon Grundy poem thing.
Yes, I got what you're saying. I just couldn't come back with a better retort.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, I know.
Horned on a Monday.
Stroking on a Tuesday.
Oh, whoa. Down it down.
Andrew gets eye surgery and he's off the rails. He's stroking. All of a sudden, it's like stroking and harems. Jeez.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're recording this. I mean,
I don't want to know what goes on in the van.
Posterity should know like the enormous amount of time we spent on dick jokes.
Dick jokes are hilarious.
And puns regarding masturbation.
I don't know. We just can't. We have a character named Dick Bags. Just saying. So okay. Well, what is he? Does he? We can add into this. Maybe he doesn't need to take anything. Maybe at least with his arc right now, we now know who the character is. You know what I mean? Like I think we have a pretty good flow on who this character is. Is there anything we want to add inside of any of these or inside of take, return, change? Going once, going twice. All right, there we go.
I got nothing.
I think we reached our 10 o'clock limit.
Well, yeah, we got 8 minutes because we started late. Oh, let me do this. How's this?
When's that ever been the rule?
I cut it. Hey, man, look, we cut this down from a 2-hour show to an hour-and-a-half show.
We entertain for an hour and a half.
It's very entertaining.
Whether you're recording or not, and whether we're live or not, doesn't matter. We've been here entertaining for an hour and a half.
This is true.
You're the one that's going to break to go get tea. No, remember
fair
that.
enough. Here, let's see. Hold on, we'll show you. So this is. We're going to show it one more time as we can talk about some other crap. Hold on. This is the Flint's promo of the adult fantasy comic In the Case. It just looks so good. So if you were to get a Gem Mint 10.0, it would look something like this. It's pretty badass.
Looks amazing.
It really does. I really could stare at it forever. Like I was telling Dusty, and this is true. I have a daydream now of have you guys seen the flat square monitors they have now that are in picture frames where you can actually put in digital? They're basically digital picture frames, but they're giant, they're square.
Yeah.
I kind of want like a wall full of these now.
With just your NFT rotating?
Yeah, like just a wall full of NFTs or like a gallery full of them.
That's pretty dope.
Hell yeah. KG says busy week for us. Can't wait to get mine for sure.
Okay.
Dr. Funk says nice. The lighting on the render is great.
Yeah. Well, if you make it a display screen that's sort of something like an iPad or one of those monitors, but it's also a cold wallet.
Yep. So
your NFT is actually on there and not. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, get on that.
Yeah. For sure. KG says I want to see the blacklight one. Yeah, we'll have to. Man, I know. We'll
I think
we'll,
if you can make that, they'd sell
for sure. This one, the chromium version is gonna look sick. Versions and the blacklight version. Yeah, people are freaking out over the idea of a blacklight version, so that's gonna be seriously cool.
Yeah, and if you're able to pause this spinning at the right moment, the reflection is actually a naked woman. Oh, you just missed her.
Man, don't go telling them my secrets.
Dusty already called it. He actually decided to put it. He wanted his face in part of the reflection, so like when it turns, you just see like Dusty face.
Yeah.
That's not what I want.
That would be cool to hide something in the reflection.
It says some weird code or something.
Yeah.
Who says Flint didn't hide something in the reflection?
You've got to change it.
Yeah, you don't know.
You've got to change it for every minting.
Dr. Funk says, check out the Looking Glass portrait. It displays in 3D.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what that is, Flint?
I do. I'll send you a link.
Okay. Oh yeah. But so this goes live Saturday. We will be showing so it goes live for people who want to burn the ash can and who else, Dusty? It's people who burn the ash can and holders, right?
Yes. If you want to burn, if you are a current holder of any Adult Fantasy NFT, as well as if you have joined the pre-mint and are selected.
Yep. It goes live Saturday, and then Monday it opens to general public, and we're gonna let it run at least through Thanksgiving here in the States, because Lord knows everybody needs a vacation. So we're gonna let it run for a little bit. We'll certainly be showing more sneak peeks about what to show what these look like, what you guys are gonna get. They just keep getting better and better, man. It's so exciting. And it's all thanks to you guys. And please support. Thank you guys for your support this year. And let's finish it off on a bang, man. It's gonna be awesome.
So is there a limit to how many of their ash cans they can burn to make these?
Nope.
So burn all your ash cans.
Well, I will say there will be future uses for ash cans. That's actually a good point, Avery. The other thing to know about the ash cans is that the ash cans have a rarity tier, and so there's not necessarily right now anything more special about burning a super rare one than a more common one. So you may want to be you may want to balance that out. You know what I mean? Just saying. And I'm actually really curious to see what happens. Like because of that, I would expect. I don't think I'm spoiling anything. I think it's kind of obvious that like most people are going to burn the most common one, which I believe is the blue one. And then if that happens, then what happens when the blue one becomes less like harder to find than say a red or a yellow or a black?
You could make the blue. You could make through not thinking through. You could make the most common one the rarest.
That's right. And so, like I said, there will be future uses for the ash cans.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. But look at that. It looks so good. Flint, you outdid yourself.
I love it.
And
thanks,
where
guys.
did Ramel dipped? That man just ghosts. He's good though. Good man. Anyway, guys, that's what we got for the show. That's what we got for Lore Games tonight. I think we did good. We actually went through. We got Fortunate Son, a new character. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, we're creating new characters for an expansion set already.
Yeah, I know. We got that. Well, it's like the background to the background, and it's like the background to the current universe.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely I do believe though, like once we finish this book, I was thinking about it this past week. Like I was like, you know what? After this book, I kind of want to jump to like the now and like jump into the present with all of our characters kind of doing the thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like march forward with it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Once we have this, because we can always come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we'll have the book with the birth of the primordial, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool. Oh, Looking Gas. I've seen this. Yeah. That's really cool. I've seen this.
Yeah, it's
That would be
basically like a small holographic display.
Yep.
Oh,
So you do
cool.
3D images in like a picture frame. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll share it. I'll share it real quick, and then we can ghost. Hold on. Let's see. Present screen.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
Are you looking at it? You looked it up?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Well, I clicked the link.
Yeah. So this
That is rad.
right. It's really cool. And it's interactive too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's
I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, there's some sort of interactivity to it.
Yeah. Like here, I'll turn the volume off here and we'll play the video here. Ah, so cool. Personal holographic display. If you can turn it with your finger, that'd be dope. Let's see. I can't remember. I can't remember how interactive it is. We can pause it. That's cool. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
They're using a third-party system for that.
Oh, the VR headset.
Yeah, well, that interaction, they're using Elite Motion in the video, which is another product from a different company.
Interesting.
So maybe it's not out of the box. You can do that kind of interaction.
Oh, like maybe with like a mouse or something, you can.
Right.
Cool. Getting there. Definitely getting there, you know? Super
Cool
cool
stuff.
Hell yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you so much, everybody in chat, for showing up. As always, the future is here, Willie D says. It really is, man. We're living in it. We're living in the future every day, man.
And don't forget to come back tomorrow night for Comic Talk.
That's right. Tomorrow night, Comic Talk. FYI, next week will probably be off. So there probably won't be any shows or anything. I mean, I think it's going to be a clean slate next week. I know we'll be traveling. You know, Melissa and I will be traveling. So no lore games next week. You know, gotta have turkey and get fat and like drink a lot of, you know.
Get fat.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
I know. Well, we gotta hit the harem.
Oh.
What Todd means is family reunion.
Oh.
KG says sadness. Hell yeah. Anyway, we love you guys. Please hop into Discord. Please smash the note bell for notifications, like, follow, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate you so much. Yeah, Saturday, 9 p.m. We're going to be going live with the launch party. Please join us. We'll give you links to that very soon, probably tomorrow. I'm just saying, we'll probably show you the links tomorrow so you can go check everything out. In the meantime, we love you. Take care. God bless. Andrew's yawning. Time to go.